Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Tetris Attack! I know this one, and so do you, probably. The original Tetris was a massive hit on the Game Boy. In fact, it remains one of the top-selling video games of all time, with over 35 million copies sold, although much of that has to do with the fact that the game was bundled with the Game Boy. So naturally, more Tetris games were made, with the first Tetris Attack being released for Super Nintendo in 1995 and Game Boy in 1996. The games had a much more Nintendo-esque tone, if that makes sense, focusing mainly on Yoshi and his pals as characters. It should be noted that the game wasn't technically made by the Tetris company. Rather, it was the start of the Puzzle League series and features wildly different gameplay than the original Tetris, focusing more on matching blocks. So it's a sequel in name only. It's the Halloween 3 of Tetris games. The cover is certainly bright and colorful and gives you an immediate understanding of what you're in for in terms of gameplay, but all you need to look at is this thing right there. Let's be honest, the word Tetris is what was selling this game. I've played the SNES one, but never actually gotten my hands on the Game Boy version. So let's attack it and find out how the port went. Tetris Attack! Featuring Yoshi's egg. Oh god, what? That song is so familiar. I want to say it's from, Yoshi's Island? Super Mario World 2? But I don't remember. Someone in the comments, please tell me where this theme is from, because it's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, Tetris Attack! There's no... I guess there's no story mode, that sucks. Endless. Oh dear. Let's start at 30. Normal. And the stage will be... Gotta go with blurred. Tetris Attack. Oh, okay. Today I learned that when you hit B, it makes it go faster. Okay. So, as a lot of people may know, Tetris Attack had very little to do with the actual Tetris game. It was basically just a totally different puzzle game, but with the Tetris words attached to it. Well, with the name Tetris attached to it. Due to the insane success on the Game Boy of the original Tetris. And it had a bunch of different versions. I think the most well-known was either in the arcades or the Super Nintendo one was pretty popular too. And there was also a version on the TI-83 Plus graphic calculator that I used to play endlessly. Well, controls are working just fine. Uh-oh, I got it. I think. There we go. We're good. We're not good. We're good. Yeah, controls are working just fine. I will say, without color, it does kind of lose a lot of charm. You know, then again, it is dealing with the Game Boy. So let's try time trial. Game speed, let's go to 10. This time, Lakitu, Steve. So really, you just have to be very quick with what you're looking at. So you just have to identify stuff. As you can see, when you pause the game, it gets rid of everything so you can't cheat. You goddamn cheater. So, time attack, you just try to survive for the 2 minutes. Let's see if I can survive for the 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and cut on ahead and see if I survive the full 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Tetris Attack. GBR. That's the show you're watching. Stage clear? I did it. Oh, okay, so this is the story mode that I was sort of talking about. I guess it's not really story mode. Wow, look at that Yoshi. That is a Yoshi that just does not care. looks like the goal is just clear the stage. You know, it's not an official Tetris game, obviously. They just stuck the Tetris name on a different puzzle game. But I really like Tetris Attack. Oh, there's the clear line. I really like the Tetris Attack series. It's a totally different puzzle, but it's exciting and fun. And yeah, it's simple, but the best kind of puzzle games are simple ones. And I think that what Tetris Attack needs to do, it does pretty much fine. And as far as the Game Boy version goes, yeah, it's doing everything it needs to do. Can I just cheese it? I can! And puzzle. Whoa, a lot of puzzles. Gee, what am I supposed to do? It must be this. Somehow that was wrong. How is it possible? So puzzle mode is just use the count to, Hooray. So puzzle is just use the numbers shown in the count, use that many moves to solve the puzzle. Pretty simple. In fact, as I recall, these are the exact same levels as the one in the one from my calculator. Which I think I still have somewhere. And finally, versus computer. Now there's the story mode I was looking for, huh? Howdy there, welcome back to Yoshi's Island. I can't do the Yoshi voice. Uh-oh, they're at it. Well, at least where this game ends, the plot of Wind Waker begins. You know, for a puzzle game, they actually put some work into the story mode here, especially on Game Boy. Lakitu. What? Oh, you don't get to see the other guy's screen. But I have HP and power? What? I don't remember that. Then again, it's been a while. Oh, that's his power. What's this one do again? I'm sure that did something important. I'm sure that did too. Sorry, I'm totally blanking on what those things do. Oh god. Okay, I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting. You okay there, Yosh? But either way, that's Tetris Attack. And yeah, it, for the Game Boy at least, holds up exactly as you would expect. Turns out, the port went pretty well. The game played exactly like I remembered, simple to learn, but more and more frantic as it goes on. It makes a nice balance to a puzzle game when you have to constantly think on your feet and make snap decisions that could completely ruin everything within a few seconds. And for the most part, this version captures that. I will say, though, that the lack of color does kind of take away from the experience. Yeah, the Game Boy is working with a limited palette, but even so, it really does hurt the overall presentation. I did like how much content they managed to squeeze into the game. There were a bunch of different modes, including the adorable story mode with Yoshi and friends, which is more than you could say for a lot of puzzle games on the Game Boy. Heck, even Tetris only had 2 modes. So overall, this one made the jump to handheld quite well. It's lacking a bit in a few areas, but for the most part, it's Tetris Attack, and that's all you need to know about it. Kinda wish it had color, though. There! Perfect! And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Tune in next time as we continue digging through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian Shea, and I will see you next time.